Camera 3 just came back. So, yeah. I was just, yeah, what are you gonna? uh, the Wittness. The Wittness. The Wittness. This, how can I explain the song? You know, I spend a lot of time in science of mind, and there was one small grievance I had at one time, and the minister there, she was, I took the grievance to her, and she just surprised me by how absolutely neutral she could be and still listen to me. Like, she gave me her full attention, but she was so neutral. I had wished for an ally, but instead I got really a reflection back of my own stuff, and it was very sweet. It was disappointing at first, but as I walked away, I thought, I can let go of that stuff. It's like, whatever, I'm good. So, and the song, it started out with this gal, Lynn Kovic, who played with, we were trying to form a band with a bassist named Graham, and the reason for the band is singer-songwriter named Barry Volk. And Barry had a contract with ABC Dunhill, so, and he was thinking, okay, stuff's going to happen here. So, and so was I. I found myself at ABC Records working on demos for him and with him, and so it felt like, okay, so we wanted to get a band together. We thought we could get the whole band. Other than the drums, it'll make rehearsing easy, and then we'll plug in the drummer at the last minute. That was the plan. It never did actualize. Actually, the band didn't actualize because Barry was in a stable of other songwriters, and one of the other songwriters had a big hit, Right Time of the Night. And all of the energy and all of the focus of the company, ABC Dunhill, shifted over to this other guy, and Barry was just left on the shelf. So, so was the band. So, and then the gal, the female vocalist that we had gotten, Lynn, and I started sort of eyeing each other about maybe possibly doing a duo. She sang like a songbird. In fact, her parents were music vocal teachers. So, yeah, there was no lack of chops there. And she had dabbled on piano, and I was encouraging her to play more piano, and she liked that. So, and when you sing with a strong singer like that, it really brings out the best of your voice. You harmonize with them and stuff. It really, you can kind of lean on them because they're so strong. You can hear the pitch. So, I loved it. But we hit, as we were getting to know each other, we had one evening where I think she was holding out hope. This was on the early. We hadn't gotten very even romantic yet. We were just sort of talking, and just kind of, feeling each other out, as they say. Although in this context, it's a little funny, but nonetheless, that's the state we were in, dating, talking, the talking state, where you're sharing history. So I think she was still holding out hope that she had just gone through a heartbreak, and was holding out hope that would somehow work its way out, that he'd come back, or they would somehow, that this wouldn't be the end of it all. But it was not. It was not to be. It was the end of it all, and she was dealing with that as she was telling me the story of themselves. So sad story. So I'm sitting there absorbing this story and not really taking sides, really just taking in the information. By looking at her face and seeing her reactions to her memories of that relationship, and I was just taking in who she was, who she'd been, what she's thinking of, what's heavy on her heart. And then I don't think I was at the stage yet where I was driving her home and we were sharing a car. I think this was real early on. So we had a rehearsal in a couple of days, and between rehearsals, I wrote the song, The Wittness. The words words were just pouring out that I decided to do the chorus, to do the melodic, to do a chorus, a repeating melody, but instead of a repeating lyrical thing, to just give a different, every time the chorus comes in, it has a whole set of words. It just adds to that situation. It continues to tell the story of someone just breaking down, and someone being a witness to that, being like a neutral consciousness. So that's the witness. For a long time, I was I still am, actually, but I have other songs. What I was going to say is, for a long time, I was so proud of that song. I mean, I really... I really thought it was a unique song, and it had a wonderful melody. So it being so unique lyrically and having a sweet melody to boot, I was very happy with it. I sent a copy of it to Peter, Paul, and Mary, to Peter Yarrow, who I met at SRS and in Hollywood, singers, songwriter resources services. I think they were just working off a grant, and they were there until the grant went out. I think that's what was going on there. I'm not completely sure, but it was a great place for meeting. Anyhow, I did send Peter Yarrow a copy. Whether he ever heard it or not heard it, he never got back to me, and I just let it be. I just let it be. But it's one of those songs. And then, just a few years ago, I added some piano to it. It was all really a guitar thing. And again, what happened is that I like the piano a lot. So I gave the guitar a break, let it sort of tag team, and let the piano take it for a bit, and then let the guitar come in. Second verse, but that was that guitar part that comes in there. That was the original song for the first go around, or 2 or 3 or 4. I just, the philosophy behind a lot of those words, the only thing that I just kind of wonder if I should rewrite or what. I'm not going to rewrite it now, but I did wonder for a while is wish I could tell you not to cry. Sometimes it's good for the soul. So I softened it sometimes, but it's only one voice there that's singing sometimes on a 3-part thing, so I have to drop out the other 2 voices and the one voice that sings sometimes. Because sometimes it is, but not always is too easy of a well to fall into. So crying, but sometimes it could be just what's called for. What's called for. All right, the Wittness. There's 7,000. Wow. Shitsky, I think I lost the 500 on that. The blinking monitor, I think, finally got to it.